All right, I just hit record. All right, team, thanks for joining us. It's our Boss Mamas team training on Wednesday, the 7th of December. So I guess today, you know, just like we do in our other training, we kind of just share it around to the leaders, just to share their insights and, you know, what they've been learning and applying, just to try and, I guess, help you guys help the greater team to share that. But we also have, you know, like this opportunity to ask questions. So if you've got any questions, please feel free to ask about that so that we can help you if you've got any struggles. So I guess starting off, because it's the beginning of the month, I like to just, you know, get everybody, I guess, in the mindset of the start of the month and just to sit down and work on their goals. I know last week we kind of covered our training with Celine Egan, so we didn't cover a lot about the start of the month. But the start of the month, it's really good just to sit down and look at your personal goals, but also your team's goals if you're starting to build a team. So that's when you're at SDVF and above, basically. That's when you're growing a team and you've got people within your business that you're also helping them achieve their goals as well. So we've got great tools, and I know I've shared it on previous training in Team Freedom, that will help give you an idea of how, you know, our leaders have taught us. So, you know, Adam and Lorian, Kira, they all use this system, and so we've got the goal setting sheets in our files in Team Freedom. So I would definitely go and have a look at that and just connect with your leader on, you know, mapping out your goals. And finding out, you know, one, we have our goal and then we have a stretch goal. So find out, you know, if you think they're achievable, because if you're not quite sure, that's what, you know, we're here to help with. So, and I guess another point on that I kind of wanted to bring up is if you find that you're not really getting the support from your upline, your direct upline, there is a bigger team here to support you. So I really encourage you to reach up again because, you know, as our team grows and there's lots of levels of leadership, don't be afraid to reach up. We're all here, and at one point or another we've connected with you, either in the follow-up when you join the team or during your promotions, or, you know, even in Zooms and team training, we've connected with you. So we want to help you. That's what this business is all about. We don't just want to help our immediate team only and stop there. As leaders, we're here to help each and every person in our organisation, and we're willing to help you no matter, you know, how far deep you are. So I just really want to encourage people that if you're not feeling supported by your leader above you, don't let that stop you, or don't let that cause that struggle that you're having to become bigger. Where you stall altogether in the business. I find it hard to watch people do that and not know about it, because I really am here to help everybody. So I really encourage you to keep reaching up, because I know every single leader in this team would want to help you out. So from that perspective, don't feel like you're annoying anyone, or that, you know, they're too busy, they don't have time for me. That's not the case. We always have time to help you, because we're in this business to help people. So we wouldn't be here if we didn't want to help you. So I really want to encourage you to reach up. And, you know, as leaders, to start doing those goal setting sessions with your team. And I know a lot of you are very good at that, but if you're new to the team and you don't know how to do your goals, please ask your leaders, and they will help you the first time you map out your goals. And each and every month they'll help you with those goals, okay? I guess that's pretty much all from me. I just wanted to talk about goal setting. Again, it's in Team Freedom in our files, but I'm going to hand over to the next leader who wants to share. If you want to raise your hand, I'll hand it over to you. Sam?
I'll share because I've got to go in a minute. I didn't really have anything specific to share. I was actually thinking about that this morning. What am I going to talk about today? Which is amazing. I always have things to talk about. But yeah, I think just around that goal setting thing, I think mainly for the leaders. Like, I've been doing calls with my frontline girls this month, and I think it's really important to, when you're doing the goal setting with your team, really keep in mind that you got to make it about them and what their goals are. And I think it's really good. Like, most of the people that are in your team were probably a friend, probably family before they were in your Juice Plus business. So I think it's really good to check in with them on a personal level. And something that I like to do is, the thing that we learnt at the leadership training day is I actually have my whiteboard in front of me whilst we're talking, and I'm just writing down kind of what's going on with them at the stage. So I had one with Jess, and I helped Jess do hers with Louise the other day. And we just said, okay, what's December look like for Louise? And she goes, oh, I'm having a few conversations. I'm like, no. What's December look like for Louise? Not for Louise Juice Plus. What's December look like for Louise? I want to know what's going on in your life. And then we have a look at that. And like with Beck, for example, she's got a lot going on. So then I know where her head's at for this month. And then I know how I can best help her and what she needs from me. Not so much on the point I want Beck to qualify or get to SC. Like, it's about what Beck needs. And then we also, like with Jess, for example, I just sort of asked how she was going and how she was managing things. And then we went through, maybe the areas where she might need to put a bit more attention onto herself to sort of work on her own personal happiness. So it wasn't just goal setting around what the next business goal was, but how December can be a growth opportunity in all aspects of our life, not just in reaching a certain promotion or getting a certain amount of customers or doing this sort of process task that month. So I think for me, like, I sort of enjoy that interaction with my team more, and I know that's the way that I would sort of like to be worked with myself. And then I think it's really important that what I do then is I take a photograph of what I've written down, and we do go through the business goals as well. So I think that's where, as a leader, it's very good to know where your team is at, so you can sort of ask them what they want to work on, but you can also then maybe direct things into where maybe their attention should go. Because sometimes people just don't know. They haven't learned how to read the report, so they don't have that understanding. So it's good to be able to direct that for them. But yeah, after we sort of map out what they want to achieve and what we want to do, I take a photo of it so I've got it. And then I have that, I guess, tool there so I can check in around the 20th of the month and just sort of see how we're going. And I can remind myself, okay, that's right, Beck had all of this stuff going on, so let's see where she's at, and not just do a generic sort of, what are you getting to this month text at the end of the month. Because I know for me, like, that doesn't work well for me, and I know it doesn't work well for a lot of my teams. So that's, I think, when you're doing your goal setting and when you're teaching and coaching your team, just make sure you're finding out what works best for them. Some people might like that sort of just direct this system, some people might not. So I think that's pretty much my 2 cents worth around goal setting this morning.
Any other things?
What else was I going to say? I'll just share something I'm doing for my customers at the moment, and this kind of goes on to what Nat was talking about with her podcast. So, and obviously I don't expect everyone to do this because it has cost me a little bit of money, but I've got the Christmas JBT guide printed. There was a girl up here that would do it for $10 each. So I got 30 odd copies of it, which is about $300, but I'm sending that out to all of my customers and even the ones that have cancelled, and just with a little T2, like tea sample thing and a Christmas card just saying Merry Christmas, just wanted to wish you all the best for 2017 and wanted to thank you for being a part of my Juice Plus family, and something personal. I wrote each one of them out and just sending that out to them, and that's just a nice little thing that I want to do for my customers. Because, and I know, like, when my partner goes, oh, that's $10 and then $5 postage, and I was like, yeah. Each one of them gave me $500 though. Like, really, yes, I might have only seen 60 of it, but they did invest into that. So it was just my little way of giving back. And I think at this time of year, it is about that. And you don't have to spend that much money, but maybe just send them a Christmas card. Like, a Christmas card costs F all. And I think that's a nice thing to do for them. And it's so nice to get shit in the mail rather than just an email or a Facebook message. So Yeah, that's maybe just think about something nice that you can do for your customers or your clients, whatever you want to call them.
Awesome. Thanks, Sam. That's such a good idea. And I think the other thing that I've been seeing that Kira's been doing too is just recipe cards. So maybe just pick one recipe and get that printed if that's what you want to do. Or, as Sam said, just a Christmas card. I think that's awesome. Hey, Jess.
Hello. Yes, that's what I've done. I just ordered some of those Kira's cards. I just personalised the back so I have my details, not Kira's, but I ordered one of them. There's that she's done up is like a smoothie guide, and one is a chocolate chocolate bar guide. I just did that back to back, so it's on one card.
Awesome.
But I also ordered on Vistaprint. You can get a 50 pack, I think it is, of fridge magnets. I think it would cost me like $30, but I'm going to send that out to my complete customers or the people that are kind of thinking about it. So I've just kind of been writing. I did a few yesterday because I'm trying to prioritize, people that are, I suppose, reshipping in this next month or have just reshipped. But I just got this paper from this. Obviously, I haven't written this one, but this like little notepad from Kiki K, and it's really cute. It's got some really nice kind of colourful, just little like notes that they're all different kind of themes. But I've just been writing a little note just saying, thank you so much for your order and supporting my little online or my little business. Thanks to beautiful people like you that I've been able to stay at home with Mila like I have, and that I won't have to go back to work full time next year. Then I just, say I'm so, it makes me so happy to hear that you've, and talk about, just mention like a specific result that they might have told me about or we've been discussing. Just say, the bonuses have been, heaps healthier on the inside. Can't wait to see what else they can do for the next 6-12 months. I was actually going to do another Christmas thing, but some of them I've just added at the bottom, wishing you a really wonderful Christmas and New Year as well. So, and I'm just setting that out. So when I get those magnets and stuff, and the recipe cards, I'll send those out with the letters. That's kind of what I'm doing at the moment.
Awesome. That's such a great idea and such good customer care. I think it's really, as Sam and both of you have said, it's a good time of year to really acknowledge your customers and share. Is there anything else that you wanted to share, Jess?
Not really. I think, that's the big thing, I suppose, is just realizing kind of the importance of taking care of your current customers rather than constantly, yes, of course, we're always, having new conversations, reaching out, that kind of thing, but it's a lot easier to keep current customers than it is to find new ones. So if you can, look after your customers. I think that's something that I'm really learning. I've always tried to really touch base with them and be be in contact, not pester them, but I don't know, I'm just kind of learning what works well. And definitely the questionnaire, the health tracking questionnaire from the 90-day game plan book from the girls there. I've been using that at the start with all of my new customers now, and that's been fantastic because they really appreciate, being able to, tell me where they're at, and then so we can kind of track a little bit better as time goes on too. So I'm just trying to think what else. That's it really. Like I'm just really trying to get my customer care process down pat in a sense, and just make sure that they feel valued and that I'm really in it with them, I suppose.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Did any of the other leaders want to share that are on today about, struggles out there they might be hearing that they could help with, or stuff that they're doing that's working for them this month? No? Okay. The other thing I might do now, if no one wants to share, is anyone got any questions? That's your own question that you might have a struggle with, or maybe a team question that we can chat about.
I did have a question. I just can't remember it.
Okay. Well, you've got one.
Yeah.
Just what your tips are with what kind of date of the month is good to check in with your team about what? That makes sense?
Yep. Okay. Just bear with me one sec. I'll grab one folder and come back.
Awesome. Thank you.
I've got to jump off, guys. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you at 11:30, Jess.
Yep, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Sam. I guess so. One thing that we learned at NMD school was about our PVC report and important dates. So this is probably something I can scan in and share with the leaders, you know, SDVFs and above, that will help them. But basically the first week of the month is an important date, and that's where you work on your previous month's report to target and plan with your team for the upcoming month. And they say this is the most important time to work your PVC report and to do coaching calls with your team. So I guess that's what we're all in the mode of doing at the moment. So the first week of the month, you're looking at your previous month's report, okay, and then working with your team to plan the upcoming month. Then around the 15th or the 20th of the month, you want to have another look at your PVC report. This is going to give you a good snapshot of the month so far, and can see how those that you worked with in the first week of the month are going. So, you know, like Sam said before, as we like to do, we like to check in with our team and ask them what they're going for this month. And I think it's a really important note that Sam said, is to find out, you know, where are their, where's their priority this month? Like if life's really busy and they're not going for a promotion, but they're just happy to maintain, then we know that's where they're at. But if there is someone out there that's going for either qualification or a promotion, then we know that we're there to help and support them for that. So noting it down and then coming back in on the 15th and the 20th to check where they're at, and to touch base with them and see how it's going, and if they've got struggles or questions, or how can you help. It's just to be monitoring but helping at the same time. On the 25th of the month, again, that's where you go the 15th and the 20th, check your PVC report and have a look how those team are going that are going for promotions. And then on the 25th of the month, follow up on those people who have been tracking for the month and identify any new ones. So anyone that sort of, you know, had a blinder of a month that wasn't expecting to, you'll see that in your PVC report. So then you can let them know, hey, listen, you know, you might only be X amount away from SDVF this month, or, you know, X amount away from qualifying this month. Do you want to make it happen? Because you've got 5 or 6 days to the end of the month. So if they're so close, you can help them see how it's possible to get there. So that's what you do on the 25th. And then on the last day of the month, that's where you have another look over the report and see if there's any last minute business that can be done to achieve those goals. So we like to call that our end of month hustle between the 25th and the last day of the month, because you start to see who's really close and how can we bridge that gap. Because, you know, I think even if people don't reach their goal right on end of month, I always like to think, well, look how far they've worked into that, so that next month they've set up themselves to make it even easier for next month. So if it's qualifying or a promotion, if you hustle really hard at the end of the month and have that push and that excitement, and even if you don't quite get there, your next month is then so much well prepared. So I always like to, you know, work with team to have that end of month hustle, because, you know, even if you don't quite get there, you've still made a massive effort that will set you up for the next month. So those important dates are, again, the first week of the month, looking at your previous month PVC, the 15th and the 20th of the month, just tracking it, and then again on the 25th to see, you know, who might be really close or who's come out of nowhere and had a blinder. And then between the 25th and the last day of the month is that end of month hustle. And last day of the month, you know, it's everyone's in. If someone wants to get it done, then we're all sort of hands on deck. So they're the important dates for your PVC report. Does that help, Jess? Cool. Awesome. All right. Does anyone else have any questions, challenges? Take yourself off mute if you have any questions around anything. No. Okay. Probably the last thing I might want to finish on is I really liked Kira's post in Freestyle. I think it was this week or last week. You know, she got a full premium and complete order, and it just goes to prove that even though it's December and everyone has this fear that money's tight and people won't spend money, I think if you go out sharing the product and the program to its fullest potential with all of the value that you get and how it's going to increase people's health, it's up to them where they value their health. And you don't know what their circumstance is or where their values lie. For them, that could be their Christmas present to themselves because they value their health so high. So I think you've got to always keep in mind how your attitude is when you're sharing this product, and don't be fearful that you're going to get a no before you've even had the conversation, because everybody values their health at different levels, and some people it's a really high value and that could be their Christmas present to themselves, or, you know, money's not an issue. And I think that's really important to watch how you're sharing the product and the program at this time of year. And the other thing to remember too is if you do get customers that want to cancel or delay, cancel their order, I always like to, when I go out and chat to them about reshipping, is ask them what date they would like to receive their next shipment on. Would they like it now, or would they like to pause it? So I'm putting it out there. I'm not even putting in their mind that cancellation is an option really, because we can pause this product and pause the next shipment as much as we like. I know Child Health Study does have some rules around that, and there is a limit on how long you can pause that. But I really like to encourage my customers, to pause their order rather than cancel, because as just said, it's easier to look after a current customer than it is to go out and find a new one, right? So give them the options, let them know they can pause. Make sure they don't feel like their only option is to cancel and that's it. You know, if they want to take a break from the product to see how they feel, I've had that from my customers. I go, that's fine, no worries. Take a break, see how you feel after, you know, you go off it for a while, and let them see. It's not up to me to force it upon them. It's up to them to see the value in it as well, and to see how it's affecting their body and their health. So I think it's really important to listen to your customers, to offer them the opportunity to pause, and not just have to cancel straight away. And if you're having issues with how to communicate that or the verbiage around that, you know, just reach out to your leader. But my way of doing it is always to say, when would you like your next shipment? It is due now, or would you like to pause it and move it to another date? So it's not, would you like your next shipment, yes or no? It's the two options are have it now or move it to another date. So I'm kind of giving those two options first before I'm even putting in their mind cancellation. So I think that's really important to be doing with reshipments. But if no one else has got any other questions, I guess I just wanted to say thanks to everyone. And yeah, I guess that'll be it for today. I wish you guys an awesome December. And yeah, I'll let you all go.
Thanks, Kate. Good timing. My phone's about to die.
No worries.
So see you later.
See you later. Good night, Michaela, in the UK. I waited up. You're so cool. Awesome, hun. Have a good sleep. Night, hun.